Hello and welcome back to another Team Card Titan video. My name is Andrew and today we are here with the newest, hottest set from Yu-Gi-Oh! Crossover Breakers. It is a deck building set. So there's three new archetypes that come in it. Raiju, Malice and Raziel. Of course, Malice and Raziel are the more hyped ones because they are going to pretty much take over the meta when they come out. Malice being a deck that is all based on banishing, and Raziel is a rank 4 toolbox deck. Both being very good. I'm personally looking for the Raziel stuff, but I know a lot of other people are looking for Malice. So we'll see what we can get, and hopefully the pulls are good. So unlike core sets, I believe this set is now four ultras per box, but there are no secrets. And then these are the sets, the deck building ones are usually the sets that have collector's rares. However, these I believe also have QCRs and a lot more than the usual. So we'll see how we go, and hopefully we can pull some good stuff. Starting off with the first pack. Now I have no clue where the ultra is. I'm presuming it'll be at the bottom. So we've got a Recode, reading upside down. Recode Alive. Malice. GWC06, so this is one of the first Malice traps that you play, so you play them all at one. This one specials from Banished or Grave, and usually this is a card that you want to end on with your one card Malice combos. Very, very good. Can be Ghost Ogre. Not Ghost Ogre, Ghost Beld. Tornado Dragon, this is a good reprint, a card you play in Raziel because it is just a quick effect pop a spell trap. Why not? Rank 4, again for that toolbox idea. Number 103, this is a card you don't really play in Raziel, but I believe it possibly in the future because of a new Tachyon spell that comes out, even though the set's been delayed. So we don't get it for YCS Sydney, but it's a card that I think people do look at. I believe it's played in the OCG for that reason. Planet Pathfinder, good reprint. Search field spell like Malice and Underground, not that you would play this card, but I mean, it's still a good reprint nonetheless. Raziel Plasma Hole. Funny, this is a normal hole trap. Can be searched and played within trap tricks, but not sure how they play this fully in Raziel. I've been testing it and I don't like it too much. It is a brick, but it does have some cool utilities. It can special summon any Xyz by banishing it during your turn or your opponent's turn. So that is kind of cool. And the holo is a super rare Raiju monster. These are all the lower rare. Pretty much most of the supers are from this set. Because Raziel got 5 ultra rares out of 10, because why not? And Malice got 4, because again, why not? So this is the 10 dinosaur. And this set is kind of the tri-types, similar to what we saw for like the Tri-Brigade. The tri-types for this is dinosaur, worm, and also sea serpent, I believe. Pack number 2, Abyss Dweller, another good reprint. This also got reprinted in Rarity Collection, so I guess, in saying that, I guess it's not an amazing reprint, but the idea of deck building sets is that you pull packs and you can build a full deck, so this being in a deck building set, I guess just it makes sense because of Raziel. Allure of Darkness. This card is broken in Malice. I cannot understate how insane this is. Malice, they all trigger when they're banished, so going Allure of Darkness, they're also, by the way, Malice are all dark. Allure of Darkness, draw 2, banish a Malice monster, its specials, there's your 1-card combo, is so broken. Like, yeah, this card is insane. Again, makes sense to be reprinted, but yeah, enough to you where you just want to ash this card because they go +2, plus infinite if they banish a Malice card. It's way too good. This is a card I need for Pearly. Yay! I don't know why I don't have one, but yeah, anyways, Floodgate, cringe. This is a card that I didn't know was being reprinted, but I guess it sort of makes sense for Malice. It banishes everything. Why not? Don't know why that one's there, but sure. Dotscaper. This is another card played at Malice. It's a one-off. It lets you basically extend, because if it gets banished, it specials, and the Malice, I can't remember the name, one of the Malice cards does banish this from deck. Ooh, now that is a good ultra. Alright, so Sword Raziel. It is one of the Raziel monsters, so I am definitely not complaining. Also like the rename from Thode. So it's the worst normal summon in the deck, but it's still one of the better starters. It adds any light pyro, and if you control a Raziel in grave or field, you can special summon this for free, like Sprite, which is just mind-blowingly broken. Yeah, this is a great ultra. Definitely will take it. No complaints there. This is the 3 of in the deck because the deck does have some consistency issues, but yeah. I believe the best starter is Ice. Speaking of Ryziel, here is Node Ryziel, which is another Thunder Fire. So the theme is we have light pyros, yes, pyros, so Mon Fire, and Thunder Fires. So Node isn't a starter, it is a brick, but it's a one of mandatory card because it specials any Ryziel from grave. And also can be inherently special if you're controlling Xyz on field or grave. I'll put the ultras here. Super. I'll just put the rest of random stuff here, I guess. I haven't seen that card before, so can't say much. These I have not seen for a while. 5k attack, go beat stick, I guess. This is the other Ryziel monster. This card isn't really played that much. Its summoning condition kind of sucks and it doesn't really do anything. So yeah, I mean, you can play it, but it's not really amazing. Another one of the Raji spells. This one I believe is the Monster Negate. Let me just check. I know, targets a card that makes it to zero attack. So all the monsters, they have their own spells. This one searches Realm, and this one is Realm. So yeah, this one searches you the spell. So they correspond. There's another good one. This is the 1-card starter for the Raiji deck. Crazy that it's a rare, not an ultra, but I guess we take it. And we got another one of these. Cool. So another Bestweller. This is another one. This is the Dino one. We might see hopefully the Dino super rare. So this one I believe is the Omni Negate, or maybe I'm just stupid. No, this is. Yep, this is the Omni Negate. So negates a monster or effect of a monster that's on the field, which is pretty good. Another Plasma Ryziel. Oh, more topological cards. Exocon Knight. This is a good reprint. This is a very good reprint. This card hasn't been reprinted in a while. Light Fiend. Cool, I guess. What's cool about this is that it helps Ryziel break balls very well because it just nukes the board if you control less cards in your hand or field than your opponent, and to rank 4. So yeah, you make this nuke the field once per chain, so it can be used twice. It forces out a lot. This is the other spell. This one is, I believe, this one is a Return to the Hand, which is good disruption. And Eco Talker, cool. So all the Code Talker cards are in here, which makes sense because of the Malice being really, really good Cyburst support. Cyburst that can play Shifter is kind of broken. Oh, the Tenny cards are getting reprints. That's really good. Good for Sword Soul players. Another Allure. Topological. Dotscaper. More Tennies. Yep, that's a card aloof, sure. And another of the Malice. So this is another thing to note. So Konami has recently released a policy where the rares can actually come as supers as well. And here's a great example. So we have the super rare of the Malice CWC. And I think this is kind of cool that they get to actually do this kind of rarity upgrades. It does let them short print a bit more, which is a little scary, but I think this is kind of cool. But you get both options. Signet Backdoor. This is another good card in Ryziel, in Malice, because it banishes to add any Cyberse. So that's great synergy. This, I guess, adds the Raiju Ritual Pendulum monster, which is cool. Which is the only ultra in that set. Keep going. Ooh, more Tennies. This is another good ultra. All right, so Malice White Rabbit. So this is one of their better starters, and this usually sets. There's another trap card, which I believe is also a rare or super. This is a 1-card combo. Can banish when it's banished, can special summon itself, and then set any Malice trap, which is really good. You usually use this on your opponent's turn to set the ultra rare of Malice, which is a non-target banish. Which is really good, and then it adds resources. I mean, the grind of this deck is very, very good. So yeah, this is a very good starter. This is the only ultra rare monster in the deck, so yeah, glad to see it. That with swords. So far, pretty good ultras. We've hit 2 of the good ones for each archetype, so not complaining at all. So keep going through. course, collectors and QCRs are still possible. And speaking of Malice, here is the other one. I can't believe this is a super. I think most people thought this was going to be an ultra. This is the best normal summon in the deck. So usually you normal summon Dormouse, and Dormouse will banish White Rabbit from your deck. Banishing, by the way, so it plays around Ash. And then because this is banished, it just special summons itself, sets the trap, and then if you've got 2 Cyburst monsters, you can do whatever you want with that. So yeah, Dormouse, very, very, very good card. You play 3 of each of these monsters. These are the only monsters you play 3 of in the deck. The other ones are 2 of. So we will keep going through. Ooh, Evil Swarm. This is my point where I wanted to play Evil Swarm. Here's another of the Raiju cards. This is the Sea Serpent one. So this one, I believe, sets this one. And that makes sense, right? Because they have C and C. They kind of work within their types. So that's a really cool design choice from Konami. So props to them for that choice. Sononite again. Again, seeing the rares and the supers. And here's the other Malice Trap. This is a very broken Malice Trap. So this card lets Malice play around Imperm so easily. You usually set this one off of White Rabbit, and this lets you banish a Malice the turn they're set. All the traps let you do that. You can banish a Malice to use them the turn they're set. To special any Malice from deck, but it cannot use its effects when summoned, but usually just get rid of it and get it back and it's fine. So usually, if you were to go, for example, normal summon Dormouse and you set this card, if they go Imperm, you can chain the trap to banish this as cost to dodge the Imperm. And then you get to special another dude, this still gets to banish a card, and then these both come back and you have like 3 bodies through an Imperm. It's like, well, good job, your Imperm did absolutely nothing. But it is still a one-of. It makes an interesting, like kind of bluffing game where you just set all kinds of cards because sometimes it's this, and if it is, it's just insane, and if not, well, it is what it is. But yeah, we play one of all the traps, so that's the other. That is one of the other ones. We might see the third one, or maybe not because it is an ultra, and we have pulled 2 out of the 4. Raziel plugin is a really good Raziel card. Surprised I haven't seen it yet. This is probably arguably the best Raziel spell and trap. Specials any Raziel from your grave, doesn't negate its effects, and then attaches a Raziel card to an Xyz monster, which lets you play around Nibiru because of the field spell. So this is a really good card, but it's still a one-of because it is a brick. And another of the Malice Traps. Almost finished the first side. Tornado Dragon. Time Thief Reader is cool. Ooh, Malice White Binder. This is another very, very good Malice card. This is one of the ones you want to finish on. So this one on summon, on special summon, banishes 3 cards from either player's graveyard, which is usually you would summon this and banish a White Binder. And then this also can set any Malice card from your deck or graveyard, and maybe even banish, but I think it's just deck or grave. Yeah, deck or grave. So usually if you use these traps, especially like these ones, you can reset them, which is just absolutely insane. This is just a main deck and end board piece that you always want to see. So really, really good card. Again, another card that I thought could have been an ultra, but wasn't. So Malice players are eating good. Let's keep going through. Oh! And that is another good Raziel one. So this is, well, I was wanting the Raziel card, so we're getting them. So Raziel Detonator is the boss monster of Raziel. So this is the card you want to make. It requires 2+ Raziel monsters. It's a not once per turn pop of any card on field, so it's just Dryden on crack. And it also lets you attach on summon any Raziel card from your grave to it as a material, so any monster to it as a material, including a really good Xyz card called Aggregator. Mythological Aggregate, I believe it is, which is just a face-up Omni. So this card's really, really good. It has built-in protection from card destruction in battle. It's just everything you want in a boss monster, and it's still very interactive because it doesn't put up negates, which is why I think Raziel is a good deck, but it's also not an unhealthy deck. But yeah, very good card. You played 2 of it in the Raziel deck. So that is 3 of the 4 ultras, and 2 of them are Raziel, so I'm not complaining, but maybe we get the other Malice Ultra, the field spell, would be really cool. would be the, I believe it's the money card, the main one, the most expensive, but I haven't actually checked the sales recently. Razor Cross, this is the field spell. Really good field spell if it wasn't for the fact that it was a brick, but it is still good. Puts any 2 Raziels to the bottom to draw a card, and it is a monster negate that negates on res. Why is that insane? Because it's a condition, it doesn't activate. It can negate within a chain, kind of like how magic works. And on top of all of that, it can negate during the damage step. Why this is a form of negation, I don't know. But it is not a starter, so at least it's a little bit more balanced. But it's still pretty broken, and you can win a lot of games because people just don't read that. And it does it by detaching an Xyz material as well, which is also kind of more fair. It's not just a one that does it for free. More of the metal traps. I actually believe this is actually probably one of the best deck building sets we've had in a very long time. This is like better than Amazing Defenders, despite that deck having that set having a lot of decks that won YCSs, just because the decks are just so playable right out of the box, which is really, really good. And this is the third Raiju monster, the Wyram monster. And they all, of course, place their corresponding face-up continuous spells. I haven't seen much of that deck, but I do know it's pretty cool. They're all ranked 10, so that is relevant for like things like Varudris, but yeah, it's definitely cool. I think it will be a very good engine in all kinds of other decks. I've seen it being played with Sword Soul as one of the engines. Yep, and here's another one of them. Still a chance to get a QCL or a Collectors. I don't know what the ratios are for them because there are a lot of there's QCL and Collectors. All the cards come in that. So I'll have to see on what that entails. And that is, yeah, I mean, I can't complain in terms of Ultras. That is so beautiful. X is the most broken card I have ever read. That is this is like almost better than Circular. So X is one of the best starters. It just inherently special summons itself by sending any Xyz from your extra deck to grave. That includes the Aggregator, which is a face-up Omni. So going second, you just inherently specialist by sending the Aggregator, chaining 1X, chaining 2 Aggregator to negate any card your opponent controls face-up, and you get a Search of Light Thunder, which is usually this. So this searches this, and this searches this, usually. So I guess we got the pair. So crazy, you can search it off of Bonfire. I mean, it's just such an insane card, and it just specials for free. Like, why? Mind-blowingly broken. So yeah, really, really good card. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I like the design. The fact that going second, it becomes better than going first. It's something I think we need to do a little bit more. At least Konami needs to do a little bit more. And I'm really glad to see that they are kind of going with that approach, which is cool. But yeah, very good Ultra. Another Dormouse. That's the second copy. Almost a playset. Good to see. So I technically won't be seeing any more Ultras, but maybe we have an error box. You know, it's always possible in Australia. We're very fortunate, or unfortunate, depending on what type of error box you get. Ah, here we go. And I was wondering if we're going to pull this. Malice Chessy Cat. This is the other one. Really cool because it's like they also have like they're kind of chess pieces, so people pawn. Chessy Cat basically lets you draw 2, basically, by banishing any Malice card, which is insane. So I'll quickly speed this because we're about to start locals. Cool, another of the Raiju cards. It would be so cool if we could pull like a QCR Collectors, but I guess it's part of the gamble. Another Raiju. This is the field spell. This is a broken field spell. Adds you 3 of any type of Sea Serpent, Wyram, or Dinosaur. Wyram, by the way, searches Protoss. I don't know why that is even a thing, but anyways. Or any Sword Soul cards, so that's kind of cool. And this is the other Malice. This is the one that searches you the Malice field spell. So you have these 2 that you go for. These are the main ones you see in your combo. And then this, if banished, can special any Cybers that is banished, so like the Dobscaper. So another really, really good card. And like you play one of each of these, and I mean they're absolutely insane. really, really, really good cards. And the fact that this is not an Ultra or this is actually really good for Malice players. So they are, like I said, eating very, very well. Ooh, super. Nice little upgrade of the previous one. And the final pack. Can we get a QCR or a Collector's? Although, honestly, I wouldn't even be complaining about this box. I think this box was quite good. And no, but that's fine. Honestly, like, for 4 Ultras, these 4 are, like, pretty great. I was saying how I wanted to see the RazrOne cards, and so I did. So I'm not even complaining. Yeah, really, really good box. Looking forward to seeing how the set does and performs, especially how these decks go. I think it'll be an interesting battle to see which is better out of RazrOne or Malice, but we'll see how that goes in the future. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe and to check out the rest of our content on the channel below. We'll see you next time in the next video.